Looks good on there. Gen X, good morning. What's happening, my man? How you doing? It is good to see you in the chat. Who else we got here? BC Gerbs, it's been a minute, man. How you doing? How's life treating you? Hopefully you're staying out of the fires. Yeah, hey, today we're carrying the Spyderco Sage 5 CF as usual. The legit EDC. Getting ready for work. Yeah, man, I haven't done one of these morning lives in a while. It's nice to just get up here live in the morning and say good morning to everybody. I know ACR, he gives me a little bit of a hard time. He's like, man, you do those lives so early? But yeah, sometimes I do. Like Sunday mornings, I start at 7 a.m., but yeah, I like the morning lives. I'm an early person. I'm usually up, 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish. So if I get my day going early, I'll throw a live up if nothing else is going on. If Mrs. B is still sleeping or whatever, I got nothing else to do, so I'll do a live until she gets up, and then we have coffee. But oh, Gerbs, you're getting ready for bed, man. Are you third shift in it now? Yeah, that's always keeps life entertaining. A little third shift action, but I haven't done too many third shifts. The only time we really do third shift is when we were doing night jump. So, damn, I was about to lay down. One Arm Bandit, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Life is good. I sure wouldn't be up if I didn't have to. Mean Bean Deneen, what's happening? Welcome to the chat as well. How's your morning going? We're in fact, yeah, Mrs. B isn't up, so there's no coffee. But always got a cold monster drink on standby to start the morning with. Yeah, she doesn't work till later this morning. I think like 9 or 9:30, so she gets to sleep in. But yeah, this is the normal me. I'm up like 3:30, 4 o'clock every single day. Just out of habit. I used to have to be in the hangar and pre-flight all the tandem rigs, student gear, staff gear, stuff like that. So it's just out of habit. Chaos Theory still up. Good morning. Good evening, Chaos. What am I talking about? How you doing, brother? Stay blessed, Flam. Hope everyone is happy. Yeah, you too, Gerbs, man. Get some sleep. Good seeing you again, man. Hopefully all is well. Gonzo or Gen X. Yeah, I thought Gonzo was in here. Yeah, Gen X. I usually do the coffee when the missus gets up. That's her thing. She makes a coffee, brings me in a hot cup of coffee every morning. I'm still waking up maybe a little bit, but yeah, I do the caffeine in a can until then. So it kind of became a bike touring habit too. It's a lot easier to crack open a monster drink than it is to brew a cup of coffee out in the woods. So call me lazy if you want, but hey, everybody's got their own crutch. I'm not third shift, just a lazy degenerate. Well, One Arm Bandit, we won't question your honesty on that one. We'll take your word for it. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, so One Arm, you've been up all night. I know a lot of people that do that. Chaos does that. He'll stay up all night. In fact, if I see him on a Sunday morning live, it's because he just hasn't been to bed yet. He's still up. So, but yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, not too much going on this end, man. We've had plenty of rain here. But other than that, not too much going on. Some consistent rain. Still trying to get life sorted out, get things configured, get doing some outdoor stuff. Been working on some of the photos for Phobos Knives is having a photo competition over on Instagram. So if you have a Phobos knife, enter your photos of Phobos knives into that competition. And first place is a Tier 1 Mini. One of these in PVD coating. There it is in the leather. This one's used. You'll get a new one. But this is the Tier 1 Mini. Absolute awesome knife. CPM 154 CM steel. The difference is the one in the competition is coming with carbon fiber scales. So it'll be these carbon fiber. Well, not this is a Calcula, but red G10 liners with carbon fiber scales, but on a Tier 1 Mini. So I'm hoping to win it. I wouldn't mind winning that one at all. I'm definitely a fan of the carbon fiber scales. Been raining for 12 days straight nonstop yet. Deneen. And as soon as they stop the rain, they'll put you on a fire warning or something. There'll be no campfires, no fun to be had. Yeah, I'm not in a good mood. I got my new wheels for my bike, and one of the $60 brake rotors doesn't fit. Oh, chaos! That sucks. Is it the screw count or something? Yeah, ever since a replacement of my right shoulder, I haven't been able to get good sleep. It's been yeah, chaos, man. We've talked about that. That definitely sucks. Yeah, I've been there before. I had a torn rotator cuff. Still had to work though. So packing parachutes and skydiving with a torn rotator cuff. I finally was able to. I took a winter off and got some cortisone shots. Pretty much kept my arm in a sling for about the first 4 to 6 weeks. And yeah, I was able to rest it up for the winter. I played Skyrim like it was my job. And not only did I rule Skyrim, but my rotator cuff completely healed, man. I did a lot of exercises and stuff to help it recover once I kind of kept it stabilized for a while. I was about halfway through, about 3 months in, I started doing a lot of rehabilitation exercises. I was able to completely like let it recover, and man, I felt like $1 million going back the following season. I was so excited. It was getting to the point I was dreading jumping just because of the shoulder pain. But yeah, man, that's horrible. Yeah, I slept in a lazy boy and everything. I did 90% of my sleeping upright. So chaos theory sent to happy poop. We all love the happy poops here, man. Speaking of happy poops, there's some unhappy pooping going on out there. They still don't know where it's coming from. They thought it was Taco Bell, then they thought it was lettuce, then they thought it was a byproduct. It was something that was breeding in the data centers. All the water they're using, it was in the water. Now they're back to not being sure, but yeah, there's some explosive diarrhea going around. So make sure you wash your food good. Make sure you stay on top of that. But no, they're both 6 bolts. It's the bolt pattern is completely different. The front row went right on the right. Oh, so it's same number of bolts, different bolt pattern. Yeah. Yeah, they change that stuff up every once in a while. It gets confusing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Did the bike shop? Did you order it direct or did you order it through a bike shop? Usually they're willing to work with you on stuff like that. Um, yeah, that's something. Yeah, that sucks, man. I haven't paid extra for titanium bolts. Dude, I had titanium rotors. The outside of the rotor was steel, and then the inside was titanium. It was bolted to it. And then you had the center bolts. Man, those are some of the best brakes. They dissipated heat so well. I never worried about them warping. Um, yeah, I think it was like man, like 15 years ago, it was like $100 a rotor. Oh, Scamazon, man, just return it. Return it, get another one. They're always scamming us. What's the big deal? If it's a legit return, I'm totally for it. Yeah, full floating rotors are nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna build for the next bike. That's gonna it's gonna come at some point, man. At some point, we're gonna do some bike touring. I think I'm gonna make the channel the bike tour. I'm gonna try to make it around to as many people as I can. People that are here on the channel that I want to go see. Make a trip over to New York and visit like B&A and Nick Martino and stuff. Maybe make it over to Texas, have dinner with my daughter, visit with Cannon or something, and make my way down the eastern seaboard. Down to Florida, I'll stop by your place for sure, Chaos. I'd like to make a trip all the way down to Key West again, just for entertainment value. And if the channel be willing and everything works out as planned, I'd like to have Mrs. B drive and meet up different places, maybe do a little bit of credit card touring for a few days and stuff. Oh, Dustin. Right on, man. I had a cursory Sabenza. I wasn't a fan. But if you like it, man, that's more power to you. I think I had the Sabenza 31. Yeah, what was it? It was a small Sabenza 31 with Magna Cut inlays and yeah, Magna Cut steel with the G10 inlays or something like that. They're nice. It just doesn't work. I'm a lefty, so they want an extra $30 for that. And yeah, like out of the box, it just didn't. It was actually I won it from a YouTube channel, but yeah, I wasn't a fan. I ended up giving it away to somebody else. So, yeah, long story behind that knife, but yeah, the Sabenzas are cool. I've been looking at some of the Spartan blade, the Harsey folders. They've got the standard one and the 3.25. But the thing is, I've had this Spyderco now. Like end of November, it'll be 2 years, and I've been EDCing this one 100% of the time, and it's a sweet knife. I love it. Carbon fiber scales, nice thin profile. I don't use the pocket clip. It just sits right in my left front pocket all day. If I need it, it's there. Awesome, great knife, and legit. Like, I don't own 400 folders. I'm not one of those YouTube channels. I have what I use. This was gifted to me by a friend of the channel, a friend of mine now, B&A, brand new American, really good dude. I'm sure if you cruise around the knife channels at all, stuff like that, if you've been here before, he's been here quite a bit. Yeah, I'd rather get a Microtech from Gonzo. I'm sure he'd sell me one. Yeah, Gonzo's got some nice knives as well. Um, yeah, I wonder how his new job's going. I can't wait to see him again. Yeah, hopefully all is going well. He started working in a dispensary, so he's probably got to make the shift from, like Tide shoes to Velcro or something, but it's all good. I got my Bark River Aurora. I take it camping. Yeah, hopefully you got a good Bark River. Bark River, they got busted restamping like Chinesium. They're no longer in business. Bark River. Bark River knives. They had a long history of doing bad stuff, but right on the CG85. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to get up there to be one of the bigger channels, slowly but surely. It's not about the destination for us. It's all about the journey. So, yeah, I do too, man. I love my kit, and this is legit kit. It's not. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that are just kind of like more like QVCs, and they're just like, oh, look at the product of the day. But yeah, this is legitimately my stuff. Stuff that I use, stuff that's based off of things that I've used. I have a pretty long history with silky saws. I used them quite a bit doing side work and like disaster relief work, doing arborist stuff, and a lot of camping, hiking, outdoor stuff. It's kind of been my thing. So the Spyderco fan also wearing a small Fisker's axe. Yeah, right. Yeah, Fiskars makes some good stuff. I haven't bought one in years. I went through a few of them. I always bought it like as a temporary thing, and then I finally broke down and said, you know what? I've been through like, I don't know, at least a half a dozen hatchets and axes in my lifetime. So I got to the point I'm just buying premium gear. I decided to go with Granfors Brooks. Oh, this one right here. This is a Spyderco Sage 5 CF. They're no longer making them. I guess they got a Sage 6 now. It's a slightly different knife. But yeah, what is this? S40. I don't know. I'm not lying though. I really own one of these. S20V steel. That's what it is. I always forget what kind of steel it is. But yeah, great knife. I just use it for EDC stuff. It's opened a couple hundred Amazon boxes and Christmas presents and birthday presents and odds and ends, whatever needs opening, EDC type stuff. And then I usually EDC a fixed blade as well. I either carry a Tier 1 Mini by Phobos for operators by operators, of which I have two. I've got this one in a PVD finish, and I've got this one in a satin finish. They're both the same scales, though. They're both orange G10 with OD Micarta scales. I either carry one of these two for EDC, or I carry one of the. I've got two calculas as well. I've got this one in PVD with carbon fiber scales, and then I've got this one here, satin finish, with red G10 liners, and this is double black micarta scales. Yeah, and these are legit. The satin finish was from the missus and the kids, like 2024 for Christmas. So yeah, we're coming up on 2 years with this knife. And then this one right here, this is a one of one. Well, there's others. You could buy this knife if you wanted to, but what makes this one unique is this was the owner of Phobos Knives, Eric Hansen. This was his EDC knife that he gifted to me. So yeah, I've got Satner PVD, both with red G10 liners. These are carbon fiber or micarta scales. Um, yeah, I agree. I like the satin finish. It's definitely aesthetically appealing, but I spent a lot of time on the coast, down in Florida and stuff, and down in the Florida Keys. So I got into using DLC and PVD for corrosion resistance. But yeah, I agree. And yeah, if you nick up a satin finish a little bit, you can just clean it up. No, it's cool. Um, I like the PVD finishing. Yeah, and that's important, Chaos. Good thing you brought that up. It's extremely important that you match the finish of your sidearm with your knife. But that goes without saying, man. That's just gear geekology 101. Do I ship to Croatia? He might. I don't. I'd hate to see the shipping bill on that. I shipped something to Canada like last year, and man, they charged me a crazy. It was from New Hampshire up to Canada. It was like $53 to ship a small package. It weighed like a pound and a half. I have no clue what they would charge all the way out to Croatia. I don't think I would want to know either. Um, maybe I'm getting cheap in my old age. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting more frugal. But it was like $53 to ship like $80 or $90 worth of stuff that weighed like a pound and a half. Um, for sharpening, I currently oh, what's it called, man? Yeah, that old system there, the Lansky. I currently use a Lansky. I had the Work Sharp. I'm not a fan of the Work Sharp at all. I've got the one that wiggles and bends and stuff, so I went back to using my Lansky with a diamond sharpeners. But the one I want to get is the Wicked Edge Gen 4 Pro with micro adjust. That's the sharpening system I'm gonna finish off my life with. Not in that way. I mean, like it's gonna last me the rest of my life. That's the system I want to get. It's a little bit pricey, but I like it. I think it's got that AMSR happiness going on. It'll satisfy the OCD. Yeah, yeah. We need to bring back courier pigeons. Might need something a little bit bigger for that. Um, aren't there? There's still clubs that use courier pigeons and stuff, right? Cost me about $40 to set. Oh, Gen X, man, you should have said something. I would have thrown in a couple of family-sized jars with that one. That would have been priceless. What would he do with it, though? No, I don't want an answer to that. Um, you should have gotten a hold of Cannon, our resident jarhead. He's in Texas. He would have loved to send it for it. Yeah, yeah, Cannon would be in on those shenanigans for sure. Yeah, Cannon's definitely our resident jarhead. He's also the keeper of our mascot, Mojo, the tactical corgi. Yeah, there's in order to be a successful outdoor channel, you need a dog. I don't have a dog right now, so we borrow his. It's on loan when we need it. So we do have a tactical corgi here. We're working on getting him on the channel on video. So yeah, so what's everybody got going today? Everybody getting ready to head to work, doing all that fun stuff, all the stuff that matters. Um, I have a dog and my channel isn't successful. Gen X, it's probably because you're Gen X like me, and we say things that hurt people's feelings. I think that's the determining factor. I know we've upset more than a few people here. There's been a few people that have left here, butthurt to say the least. Um, but it happens. We're okay with it. Corgi go. Hey, I got to remember to get something for Mojo for Christmas. I did send Cannon a small package. I was going to send some treats for Mojo, but I'm like, I don't know what the dog eats, and I wanted to surprise Cannon, so I couldn't exactly ask him. But come to find out, that dog will eat just about anything. I have a female rescue pet bull from a fight ring. She just keeps eating the neighbor's cats. Chaos, we might have to move in next door, man. Actually, Mrs. B's cat, I think it's finally like signed a peace treaty with me or something. He hasn't been horrible lately. No, normally he's like irritating. Like, yeah, if Mrs. B and I are trying to have a conversation, we'll close the door. Because I'm allergic to cats, so I have this room that, I do the YouTube stuff, but it also keeps me away from the cat. And the cat will sit outside the door and just crying, wah, 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 the whole time. It's like, come on, really, cat? It's like worse than a husky. If anybody knows how annoying a husky can be, it's like way worse than that. I got fired yesterday for not ripping off an old lady on a service call. Replaced on my leaking toilet. Waste PMS and everything comes in threes. Yeah, Dustin, you're not kidding, man. Sorry for the bad news. That's wow. Yeah, you know what the P stands for in PMS though, right? It stands for pre, post, and everything in between. Sometimes I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Mrs. B, she's pretty cool. She's pretty laid back, but like I've said before, she's not like that unique where she doesn't have the bitch switch. Yeah, ask me how I know, right? Dustin, you got that right. Bad things always happen in threes. Yeah, and that man, what kind of company? You don't want to work for a company that does that anyhow. If a company's expecting you to rip off some old lady, yeah, tell them to pump sand, man. The universe tends to unfold as it should, and as long as we conduct ourselves as morally and ethically as we can, the universe tends to reward us for doing so. So, yeah, have good faith in that, man. I don't know. It's not religious. It's just the way things tend to work out. I've been in that situation before where I had to make decisions and caught some slack for it. And it is what it is. It tend to work out much better in the long run. So yeah, I've worked at some skydive centers that wanted me to take shortcuts and stuff, and I'm like, nah, it's not happening. Like people rely on me to make a good decision all the time. Morally and ethically, their safety comes first, and I always do that. I've had straight up like arguments, yelling matches with different DZOs owners, drop zone owners that want to save a buck or something. I'm just not having it. Like, nah, man, if you want to play the skydive game, like you gotta pay if you want to play. And if they don't want to play, then I'll shut them down. I can make a phone call to the FAA and have them shut down almost pretty quick like a bunny. Yeah, exactly. Chaos. Yeah, although sometimes I think that's man. On the other end of that, I think sometimes good people get tested because they can handle it. You know what I mean? I've seen some really good people go through some really tough stuff, and I don't know. Yeah, it sucks, but definitely, yeah, good people, good things happen to good people. We always love to see that, and we love to see bad things happen to bad people too. We're not going to lie about that none here. Um, yeah, they wanted me to charge her $1,700 for a $30 breaker that takes me 20 minutes to install. Oh, so you're an electrician? Where are you at, man? Um, I know an electrician in Texas. Who knows? I also know one here in New Hampshire. Yeah, oh, you're in Texas? At Edmonton, Texas. Dude, shoot me an email. I will call my man. For sure. I think it's commercial stuff. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Edmonton. Oh, Canada. Yeah, I can't help you, buddy. Sorry. How are you doing? Is it like, yeah, Canada's burning down. And I don't just mean the government. Yeah, the fires there are like, man, that's insane. I've been keeping an eye on some of it. Yeah, we got smoked out here last week. In New Hampshire last week, we got smoked out. It was bad. They were saying, what is it? Some little micro particle that's like 1/10 the size of or thickness of a human hair. It's called PB 2.5 or something. And being outside inhaling that crap all day is the equivalent to smoking like 50 cigarettes. So, um, and then yeah, what's the other? Yeah, Bill C9 just passed, so we're gonna have to start talking some more smack about that. Trevor Thomas, what's happening? Isn't 17? Trevor Thomas, channel member up in here, showing up with jokes. Yeah, I think I'm not sure what the conversion rate is, but but Trevor Thomas, how you doing? Good morning, man. Good to see you. Awesome, awesome. Um, yeah, that's about the way it's working out nowadays. Who knows? The U.S. dollar's not doing too good either. So yeah, we shouldn't brag too much. What is it since 1913? The U.S. dollar's lost 97% of its value. Fucking raining all the time up north here. Yeah, it's raining here too, man. It's been raining, yeah, past couple days. It actually makes it worse, I guess. It creates more wind. What happens is you think it would rain over the fire and put the fire out, but as the rain falls, the fire just evaporates it before it even hits the fire, the heat, and then it brings it up and creates this, swirling, crazy whirlwind of, hyper accelerated. It's like yeah, it's bad. Um, Trevor, no, it's like $20. I spent 2 hours at Lowe's yesterday going and helping look for bolts. Yeah, the rain. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain here in New Hampshire. Um, yeah, it's been wild. So, all right, we'll shift this around a little bit. So, one of the toys that I've been playing around with, I've been trying to figure out which one I want to do. Just put these away. Yeah. So we got the Phobos Tier 1 Mini, and yeah, Trevor, did you end up getting a Phobos knife? Because they're having a photo competition thing. All right, hey Gen X, be safe out there. Try not to hurt too many people's feelings with that Gen X weaponized sarcasm. But I no doubt I'll see you soon, brother. But be safe out there. Watch out for the crazy people. They run around and start yelling Allen snack bar or something. Take cover. I don't think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but I'm going to say it anyhow. I think Lowe's is cool, but it's more of a Home Depot guy. I did buy a new toilet seat from Lowe's, though, as an anti-slam one. It's well, that's what, as long as you're happy with it, man. I think yeah, every man should choose his throne. An anti-slam, what has it got, like springs on it or something? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Canon likes the Benchmade as well. Nothing wrong with the butterfly tax. Um, what Trevor? What do you like for multi tools? I broke a few SOGs. That's why I got out of SOGs, man. SOGs kind of gone downhill over the years. If you've got older ones, you're good to go. Um, Sean, I don't sell anything to ship to Australia. If I do though, I'll ship to Australia. I definitely like the Australians. Um, Australians are big fun. They do some crazy stuff. But I'm pretty sure Phobos Knives ships to Australia if you're looking for their knives. I don't know what Australian laws are. What's that big knife company that's out of Australia? Oh, it's man. Oh, I can't remember. It's something Blades, right? There we go. I'm a genius. They got some pretty good stuff. They make good knives in Australia. Ozark Trail for multi tools because Leatherman is a bit too pricey for something I'll use a few times a year. Yeah, that's a good reason there, Trevor. Yeah, I man, we always I've had to give a talking to a couple of Australians on more than a few occasions. Yeah, because y'all some crazy bastards, man. At least when it comes to the sky jumping, I've been at the SNTA, the Safety and Training Advisor, at several different skydive centers in Florida. And yeah, Australians love to come to the U.S. to sky jump, which is cool. They're a lot of fun. A lot of base jumpers too come out of Australia. And yeah, I've had to give a talking to a few of them, like, "Hey, man, just you're freaking people out. Slow it down a little bit." Yeah, I have an arsenal of Nipex and wear tools, but no multi tool. Yeah, Dustin. In fact, Chaos is the one that keeps Chaos. You keep telling me about the Nipex, right? Or is it Squat Shot? No, I'm pretty sure it's you, Chaos. Um, well, I gotta take a leak and head to bed. Y'all be safe. All right, Trevor. Thanks for stopping by, man. Don't forget to smash that like button. Help us out. We'll catch you on the next one. Get some rest. Rest well. And yeah, be safe out there, brother. Don't. Yeah, it's that time. It's that weird time we're doing a live again. It's okay. So here's the current toss up that I've been kind of swinging stuff with. The Silky Nada, which is a Japanese hatchet, or traditional like Granfors Brooks Wildlife hatchet. We'll take this out the case. I do have the bigger one as well. I cleaned most of it. But yeah, this is the Silky Nada 180, which is I'm kind of liking it. It's great for batoning as well. But it's yeah, the Japanese hatchet versus a traditional style hatchet is something I've been playing around with a little bit. So anybody got any use with the Nada? Maybe we can put those side by side a little bit here. Maybe like this. Oh yeah, that's what the cool kids are doing. Chaos, I have all Wera drivers. Yeah, 502 here. Yeah, that's about yeah, Eastern Seaboard. Yeah, we're 5:02 a.m. here as well. Yeah. That's cool. My wife is Japanese. My wife's Oh, cool. Yeah, I spent like 3 hours in Japan once. That was it. That was it. I got to be honest. I was flying to I was getting stationed in South Korea. And yeah, we had a layover in Japan. I spent like 3 hours there. That's it for Japan for me. But yeah, Japanese tradition, Japanese woodworking tools and stuff. Yeah, Japan makes some great steels. I use all silky saws. Love the silky saws, like all of them, from the pocket boy, the gom boy, the big boy, yeah, the Zubot. I've owned multiple Zubot 330s. Been through a bunch of those. So yeah, man, I love Japanese steels, well made, and their tools are made from experience. They're not gimmicky like Dragon Country over there, where some of their stuff is just novelty. I'm not a fan of the Chinesium. Hey Bush, long time no see. Oh, Oscar the Grouch, what's happening? Yeah, man, I'm still at it. It's been quite the adventure, quite the journey. Had some bumps along the way, but hey, that's life, right? Yeah, anything easy isn't worth doing. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. But good to see you, my man. How's life been treating you? Can't carry them in UK. Yeah, Jim Smith, you guys need well, that's right. Yeah, man, I'm on my own live. I can say whatever the hell I want with well, at least taking risk on my own channel. Yeah, dude, you guys need some help over there. It's getting out of control. Like I don't know how it happened, but you guys went from like Edward the Great, King Richard the Lionheart to now there's King Charles the Traitor. Like, yeah, man, you guys need to toss that bum out and reorganize that stuff. Like the stuff going on in the UK, especially England, man. Dude, I'm butthurt about it. The Nada would be great for chop and pump. Yeah. Chaos. And this I've got the 240 as well. This is the 180. It fits on the tabletop better. And it's kind of like the reason why I've been using the 180 and not the 240 is because it's kind of in the same size as the Granfors Brooks Wildlife hatchet. So I feel like I'm more comparing apples to apples, if that makes sense. That's why I've been doing that one. Yeah, you gotta do a modified belt buckle, man. Like, yeah, buy yourself some gardening tools. Get a pitchfork and a hoe. Yeah, whatever you can do, dude. It's gonna get froggy there, and all those other guys carrying around knives. Yeah, man. There's some not right stuff going over there. It's all gonna boil over at some point. All of Western culture is being invaded, And I think that everybody's getting to the peak of the BS, and it's gonna get ugly fast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One armed bandit. That's the whole thing. It's the people that can carry knives for religious reasons. Um, and it's the way the government's handling stuff. There was recently a guy that was attacked. Because one guy's allowed to carry a knife for religious reasons. So this guy's been like stabbed and he's bleeding out and he's trying to tell the police that and they're like, nah, I don't think so, mate. I'm like, come on, really? Yeah, you uh yeah, we got so many idiots listening to government paid media up here in Canada, literally 1.8 billion of my tax dollars. Yeah, Dustin, the propaganda is running deep up there as well. It's all Western culture. It's the United States, Canada, all the UK, England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Germany. I think just about everybody but Poland. Poland's like they get fined €1 million a day because they decided not to take this massive invasion. I mean, immigration stuff, and they're the only ones that are ahead right now. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's the Great Replacement, which we were told for years is a conspiracy theory. Now, yeah, it's getting to the point. I almost think the Earth is flat now, because they're saying people that the Earth is flat. That's a conspiracy theory. There's no way that's possible. But they've said that about everything else. The Chinese AIDS and the cough, the Fauci ouchie, the vaccine, all that stuff. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really think the Earth is flat, but you almost like you got to give it some consideration because like every other conspiracy has been proven right, including the Great Replacement. Um, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Henry Nowak. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he got stabbed, and when he's trying to tell the cops, yeah, no, I don't think so, mate. I've heard that saying. That's kind of become a saying now. When they're trying to convince us something and we don't want to believe them, it's like, nah, I don't think so, mate. But yeah, I got, yeah, I've got a friend over there. We're becoming good friends. Mick over at Hampshire Outdoors and Survival, which is cool. He's Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. I live in New Hampshire, so it's kind of cool. We kind of click. Um, but yeah, yeah, outstanding guy. So here's the 240 next to the 180. So for our European guys, they get the 60 millimeters. But that's about the difference right there. So I've got both. I mean, definitely the 240 is going to have a little more weight, a little more effectiveness. But I decided to do the comparison with the 180 because it's closer. It's almost exactly the same size as the Granfors Brooks Wildlife Hatchet, which is about 13 inches overall. So I got fired from my government job for refusing the vax. Yeah, Dustin, there's a whole bunch of people that happened to. I know a few people. I know people that get booted out of the military for not taking it. I know somebody that was in a nursing program to become a nurse, and she got booted out for not taking it. And Mrs. B, she wouldn't let me go out anywhere because they kept saying, "Excuse me, would you like to wear a mask?" And I'm like, "I'm not wearing your face diaper, buddy. Piss off." But you're going in the store, you should wear one for everybody else's safety. I'm like, it's a recommendation, not a law. And piss off to that. I'm buying that 240. Yeah. The man, I hate to promote Scamazon on any level, but Scamazon's had some really good deals on these. I got the Silky 240. Man, it was like 60 something dollars, mid 60, maybe like no, yeah, like $63. And this one I got for no, it was the other way. I actually got the 240 for like $58, and I got the 180 for like 66 bucks. The 240 is getting a little bit hard to find. The only one I find now is the Outback version, which is just it's got like a DLC coated blade. Is it DLC? I think it's DLC. But the Outback version has a coated blade. That's the only difference. But I got this one so cheap, I can actually get it Cerakoted for less cost than the Outback version. So yeah, I was like, man, I got this on sale like $58. I'm a Mandalorian guns. Am I really? Yeah, chaos. I'm a Mandalorian, and yeah, I should. We could get away with saying we're just Americans, like pew pews are a way of life for us. Never leave home without them. I'll leave home barefoot before I leave home without a sidearm. Yeah, what Poland's not letting in the idiots? I might have to see what their gun laws are like. Yeah, I think that 240 would fit really good on my e-bike's forklift. I think it would. I don't know. Yeah, send me a measurement, chaos. I'll we can measure it up. You could probably drill the sheath or something a little bit too, or something, or maybe just it wouldn't be hard to attach a couple of zip ties or something. You could do it no problem. Fork leg. What's a fork leg? Fork. Yeah, the front forks. You got shocks or? So yeah, Oscar the Grouch. What have you been up to, man? It's good seeing you. It's been a minute. I know I get in trouble a lot with YouTube, so they don't put my content out. Yeah, they won't put notifications out. We're always saying something about the tiny hat people, or like something going on somewhere that they don't want us talking about. Um, like the two-tier system going on in Western culture, stuff like that. Yeah, YouTube's always like kind of shadow banning me a little bit here and there. So we've been keeping it safe. We've mostly been talking about that. Whatever, cispora something, whatever that thing's called. The the serious explosive diarrhea that's been going around. Right on, Dustin, man. Welcome aboard. Thanks for subscribing. We definitely appreciate it. We're building the channel slowly but surely. We're just as economically challenged as the rest of the working class world, so we're doing our best with what we have. Hold your tongue out and say shoe. Yeah, one arm bandit. I'm with you. I'm tracking. Now I'm definitely. I'll get shadow banned if I do that again. I get some stuff demonetized, but it's like 8 cents per thousand views, so I don't lose too much sleep over that. I'd rather speak as much truth as I can and lose the 8 cents per thousand views. It's not a massive game changer on this economy. Like, oh no, I lost 8 cents per day. Most of the time, I only get like 800 to 1,000 views anyhow. So there was like, oh, was it 2 weeks ago on a Sunday? I got 152,000 views on the live, and I'm thinking, yeah, we're rolling in some bank now. We're going gear shopping. And 48 hours later, it posts that how much you made from the live, and 152,000 views. I made $1.73. I was like, oh yeah, there's no money in this game. It's a money pit for sure. But hey, why not rock and roll with your bad self? Yeah, as long as I get to go camping and do some goofy stuff, and yeah, eventually I'll put together a bike, do some more some bike packing, some tactical bike packing, some little stealthy stuff. Speaking of the man of the hour, Cannon, welcome to the chat, brother. How you doing? Rawr. How's are you on the road? How's Mojo doing? Cannon is our sponsors us with a mascot. That's he's the one with the tactical corgi. Now that I know he'll eat anything, Cannon, I'm gonna have to send him some treats. Yeah, my forks are like heavy duty downhill forks, lightweight dirt bike forks. Yeah, I got you, Chaos. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Cannon is our resident token jarhead. See, we accept everybody here, regardless of ASVAB scores. That's um that's a horrible thing to say, but it's true, man. We don't even mind if you had an ASVAB waiver. You're still welcome here. We welcome all veterans from all branches, except for maybe not Space Force. I don't think it's real. I've never met anybody in Space Force. I don't know anybody that's met anybody in Space Force. I don't even have a friend of a friend that has a cousin that has a friend that dated somebody in Space Force. So I'm calling BS on Space Force until we can actually prove it. Getting ready for work. Shit show again. Cannon, are they abusing you again this week? I know last week you had a rough week. I was hoping they cut you some slack this week. But yeah, they roughing you up again. Um, Cannon, here you're loved. I don't know about your job though. I think you're used and abused at the job, but here you're always loved, man. We appreciate you. Um, you know I got a soft spot for the Jarhead clan. You kind of you develop one. If your grandmother's a Jarhead, then you automatically. I've always had a love for the Marines. I don't know it's real, but they're rolling checks out to yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's probably the next NASA one-armed bandit. Yeah, you're totally right. Space Force is not to do with Darth. Yeah, Oscar, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's like Darth, or more like it's probably more like Spaceballs. That would be my guess. Just some knucklehead sitting around on wheeled chairs. Hey, can I get a ribbon for that? I didn't fall out of my chair all day. I deserve an RCOM or an AAM or something. I don't know what Space Force gives, but yeah, some special Space Force. I didn't fall out of my chair all day kind of crap. And even I think they're giving Chair Force a run for their money. At least the Air Force, they've got like A-10s and cool shit. Like what is what does Space Force have? Nobody knows. My job needs to be burned. Cannon, if I ever make it huge on YouTube, if I ever make some of that Mr. Beast money, you're gonna work for me, dude. Your job will be breaking stuff. Well, how to break stuff professionally. Isn't I heard they're coming out with a part 2 to Spaceballs. Did anybody else hear that? I'm afraid though. I'm afraid for it. I really am. Like if they came out with a Spaceballs 2, like I'd be afraid it would be woke, you know? Yeah, I was at Lowe's and some old dude was telling me he was Special Forces. I asked him his MOS and he said Special Forces, so I told him I'm a Coast Guard sniper, Space Force door gunner. Sounds so much better than what I'm doing. Yeah, I can. I will give you like a 5-pound sledgehammer or something, and you can breach doors and bulkheads and things like that. We'll come up with something for you. And I got a dad joke for you to lighten your day. I used to be a baker, but I couldn't make enough dough. Oh man, that's like the old cadence, man. That's part of the old cadence, man. Yeah, how's it go? Oh, damn, skibbity, skibbity. Yeah, I wish that I was a baker. No, oh crap, how's it go, man? Oh, brain fart. Oh man, come on now. I'm thinking too hard. Michael and Kayla, hello, good morning. How are you? Welcome to the chat. It's Wednesday morning. Hey, happy hump day, everybody. And make sure you have a happy hour for Happy Hump Day, because the two go hand in hand. Oh, yeah. I wish that all the ladies were pies on a shelf, and I was a baker. I'd eat them all myself. That's the cadence. I remembered it. Hey, I'm getting old, guys, but I still got a little bit of game. The Resident Evil knife. It's not these right here on the left here. These are actually Japanese hatchets, the Silky Nada. This is the 180 millimeter version and the 240 millimeter. But they're actually like, yeah, it's the Japanese version of one of these, like a classic hatchet. Yeah, Clorox, it's at the gas station or flea market where it belongs. Yeah, how's the rest of it go? Yeah, I can't remember, man. That's the most important part, though. Yeah. Yeah, no, and then I wish that all the ladies were holes in the road, and I was a dump truck. I'd fill them with my load. Pothole repair, guys. Pothole repair. That's the important. There might be another phrase or two. I'm sure there is. I just offhand, it's been a few decades. That was a bell keep on banging him. Kana, where'd you go with that one? Um, my peepaw was a door gunner in Vietnam, but I'm just a lazy degenerate. One armed bandit. Um, yeah. Oh, my grandfather was a UH-1B pilot. My father's side. Him. Yeah, yeah, Cannon. Yeah, you got to fix that sentence, man. Well, oh, why does the Navy allow Marines on their ships? Because sheep would be too obvious. That's yeah, Cannon. He probably walked away. He is getting ready for work. He might be back and forth. Uh, that's horrible. Because this one time at skydive camp. Yeah. So what else we got going on today, guys? Anybody got anything exciting going on? We're on the slow learners program here, which is fine and dandy. I wish all the ladies were bells in a tower, and I were a bell keep on bang 'em on the hour. Oh, I think yeah. Are you using talk to text Cannon? It keeps saying him. I'd bang him on the hour. I can't believe I never found this channel before today. Yeah, Dustin, we get shadow banned a lot, man. We really do. I'm not lying. It's kind of, that the old saying, "I'm my old worst enemy." Yeah, we go on some rants and stuff here. We got some gripes. We don't hold back, and the so we're not always ad friendly. That's a determining factor. We say some pretty stupid stuff around here, but it makes sense to those that are thinking. Yeah, we talk about some of the stuff they don't like us to talk about. When it's happening, what's going on around the world. Sometimes we get into some, but we don't really get into politics. I like to look at it more as current affairs. It's all part of the survival prepping culture. If you're going to be a survivalist or a prepper of any type, it's important you know why. Like what's going on. What should I be prepared for? That's an important part. So current affairs is kind of part of it. Dustin, we've been doing this. Yeah, yeah. Actually, this December 4th will be 2 years. It's only stupid to those who are not awake. Yeah. Yeah, Oscar, yeah, you're spot on there. And yeah, we get some ridicule for it, whatever. And there's some people that get butthurt. I tend to draw some of the gatekeepers of the YouTube world here. The ones that want to control like certain communities. Every community has their own little gatekeepers. They try to schedule everything, tell you what you can and can't do, and yeah, I have zero tolerance for that. I do whatever I want to do whenever I want to. They get a little butthurt. Plus, I like making fun of Chinesium. I'm not a fan of like in the United States and our allies. We need to work together better on making stuff and trade and stop buying all the Chinesium. So I've got a thing. I like pooping on poo Chinesium, and then people get butthurt about it because they love their Chinesium because they get it shipped to them for free, and then they post an affiliate link in the description, and they're straight up shilling for China all the time, and I like making fun of that, and then they get all butthurt about it, and then I'm like, oh, you're butthurt, and then I laugh at them, and that old story. So. My crap. Yeah, when people ask me what I'm prepping for, I just answer with in case. Yeah, I scrolled thousands of times, never rolled up until now. I love these guys. See, yeah, Dustin, it's a great community, man, and a lot of regulars. Chaos Theory's been around since the beginning. We let Cannon in. He's like a lost little devil dog, and we're like, "Come here, little guy. We'll be your friend and stuff." And we love Cannon and One Armed Bandit. He's relatively new. I met him over on another channel, But yeah, we've got a bunch of regulars here. Nick Martino, another great guy, like wealth of knowledge when it comes to the Leathermans as well, knows way more than I do. Our good friend, Brand New American. If I say his name enough times, it's almost like Beetlejuice. He shows up. Same thing with Cannon. Yeah, great group of guys here. We're just, a lot of Gen Xers, so there's a lot of weaponized sarcasm and fart jokes going around, but it's all good. Um, my wife gets super pissed off when she's Japanese and they ask her, is she Chinese? Yeah, dude, that's all Asians are like that. No offense. I mean, like, yeah, unless you're there, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we just guess wrong. Like, and that's the whole thing. I don't understand the Asian culture like that because, like, if you're like European descendant, people are like, "Oh, are you German?" They're like, "Nine." They don't get upset about it, but they might be French or something. They could be English. They could be Scottish, Irish. I noticed the Scottish and the Irish. If you mix those two up, like if somebody's Scottish and you're like, "Are you Irish?" They're like, "No." But yeah, Asians for some reason get really upset about that. Like, yeah, if you're like, "Hey man, are you Korean?" They're like, "No, I'm whatever. I'm Japanese." And are you Japanese? No, I'm Chinese. Are you Chinese? No, I'm Japanese. They're like, "You can't tell." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry. I just it honestly, it's not that big of a deal to me. I really don't care. So I try to avoid all those situations. Like I've learned my lessons in life. So I'm just like, I don't care. All people are people. I'm like, I judge people by their character, not by their, whatever. Yeah, I don't judge people by their race ever. Always content of character. You're either a good person or a bad person. Um, I'm German descent. My kids look like Hawaiian. Yeah, that's why I never sue my. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to go, Chaos. At least, yeah, when it comes to race, man, you can straight up ask, and people don't flip out. If you really want people to flip out, like get their gender wrong. It's almost fun. Like, sorry, we don't entertain delusional mental health issues and stuff like that here. We just there's two genders. That's all. That's all we're legally obligated to recognize. So that's all we do. If I happen to guess your pronoun wrong, well then that's on you, not me. Maybe get a different haircut or something like that. Maybe wear a little less lipstick there, dude. Anybody see that crash out that happened down in Florida? That was priceless. The dude with the blue and the black hair. Did anybody else see that besides me? That was sheesh. Oh man, dude was tweaking. Dude was PMSing. Not gonna lie. So we'll give him that much. He's almost there. He was freaking out like there's no tomorrow though. That was an actual like a super freak show. So and then they wonder why people don't care. It's like no, I'm not here to yeah, like gender dysphoria is a mental health issue, and I'm not going to entertain your mental health issue. Like if you want me to recognize your mental health issue, here's a straight jacket, little self hugging jacket for you. But I'm Filipino American. Cannon, I don't care. And speaking of which, dude, Mr. Show Off, I'm still waiting on that picture of you eating white rice with chopsticks. The other stuff doesn't count. That could have been an adhesive in there. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, though. I'm giving you a second chance, man. I want the picture of somebody eating white rice, just standard white rice, not that super sticky white rice either. White rice with chopsticks. And and then I'll be impressed. I don't understand the in-between ones, rocking a mustache and long hair. Yeah, one-armed bandit. That's just to mess with us even more. That is 47 flavors of wrong. Gen X is back, dude. You're missing all the fun. We're talking a whole bunch of smack here this morning. We're currently talking about the mental health disorder, gender dysmorphia. That little freak show that went on down in Florida. I gotta get but it's like $50 a month or something. It's expensive for the stream tube or StreamYard or some. I can bring up pictures and stuff instead of just regular. I gotta get to that level of YouTubing so I can bring up these little clips and it's public use. It's all off the police officer's body cam, so I don't have to worry about copyright issues and things like that. Um, I said thank you, sir, to a dude who's a chick. She was all offended. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. I'm gonna do it. All right, yeah, Cannon. We're not on a schedule or anything, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, man. Just straight up white rice. Yeah, Gen X is back. Gen X is a good party, dude. Um, yeah, and then that's the whole thing. Like, unless you remember the old stickers that says "Hello, my name is," they need to like reprint those. It says "Hello, my gender is," or "My pronouns are," or whatever. Because otherwise, it's like, hey, dude, you got a 5 o'clock shadow. How do you expect me to ma'am? It's just not going to happen. Like, yeah, you're not even trying without shaving. And yeah, they are. Some of them got like full beards and a mustache, and then they got some long curly hair, and they're like, I'm a ma'am. It's like, I'm a ma'am. It's totally out of control. I absolutely refuse to bend the knee to that level of crap. Chaos just wants to talk about me. Actually, Chaos is a proud Gen Xer with the weaponized sarcasm. So I maybe Chaos just might be a small, like 5 or 10% jealous of your YouTube handle there of Gen X. You know, it does, man. That's probably how we run off a lot of people too, because we're always in here talking smack and hurting feelings. Well, we don't hurt each other's feelings. We're used to it. We've been doing it since we were like knee high to a grasshopper. Yeah, I think some of the youngins come in here and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like you could, like there's all kinds of hurty words flying around this chat. Why not just print? I am mentally confused. Yeah, yeah, or something like that, Oscar. Yeah, or um, yeah, I'm so sick of rice every day. So I eat in the living room and hide under the couch and eat pizza rolls when my wife puts the kids to bed. But Dustin, man, let it out, dude. We're here to help. We're here to listen, man. Like if you want to hide the rice under the couch and eat pizza rolls, that's go. I'd go with Hot Pockets myself. I think Hot Pockets are a little more efficient. I think the Tostitos they've gone downhill a little bit. But yeah, I would totally do that. At least that's a good thing. Mrs. B, she's not a gourmet cook. So if she cooks something that sucks, we just like, okay, what kind of pizza are we going to order? Because it happens. It happens to the best of us. It's happened to me. I messed up salting some steaks one time, and it was just like salted beef from like the 1700s or something. Um, oh, I got a good recipe for tater tots. I got to throw that on YouTube. Daddy Clown. Tom, we talk on the phone. You know I live up to my you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chaos is the same person in the chat that he is in real life. I think everybody here is. Yeah, everybody's down to earth. We just tell it how it is, and usually I'll start a live like check your feelings at the door. We haven't got time for that stuff. There's no cry closets here. Yeah, we're fresh out of tissues. Why do you have so? Oh, I know who you are. Yeah, Daddy Clown, you're just a tool, man. I get what you're trying to get me to say, and that W word gets people shadow banned. So what's your regular channel? And shouldn't you be making some videos right now, shilling for China? Here's some Chinesium. Here's your latest Savibi. Here's your latest blah 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 blah. Yeah, that was I know what you're saying. Yeah. Boss, hey, Cannon, fire for effect, buddy, if you want. They're Chaos. Whoever gets them first, it's all good. Teasy, what's that? I need backup. I'm driving. Jesus, Cannon. I'll take that, Cannon. We can always back you up, but remember, friendly fire bad. Yeah, that's so. There's certain communities out there that have hurt their feelings, and they like to come in here and get me to say stuff that they know will get me shadow banned. And but I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm paying attention to how the system works, how the YouTube works, how the algorithm works. And yeah, we're doing it. She always does the whoop whoop. Who does the whoop whoop? All right, guys. So here's the trick to like gangster good tater tots. Get yourself a big metal bowl. Make sure your tater tots are frozen all the way, like 110% frozen. Inside that metal bowl, you want to put some extra virgin olive oil, a little salt, a little pepper, a little paprika, a little spice, whatever you want, a little garlic, a little onion powder, right? And then put your tater tots in that, and then stir your tater tots in that bowl so it's a nice even coating. Like evenly perfectly coat the tater tots. Not too much, not too little though, you know. This is where a happy medium like makes it work out perfect. Put those things on a preheated cookie sheet, individually spaced out. Put them in for about 10 minutes. Take them out, flip them over, put them back in for another 10 minutes. The best tater tots in the world. I'm not kidding, man. I'll make some again. Lunatic Lunatalk beat him with a cinder block. um, I see Dustin. I just see a clown and a hatchet. So I did the tater tots with chili and melted cheddar. Yeah, Oscar, that's good as well. Yeah. I'm more of a mozzarella fan. Yeah, mozzarella and cheddar. I would do that. Or pepper jack. Pepper jack's the bling. Now I'm gonna have a huge breakfast. It's gonna be like 4 eggs. Definitely bacon. We always have the pork here because you know that's just how we roll. A little pork sausage. Nice recipe. I'll try it out. I would, yeah, crushed Doritos. That's it. Yeah, crush them up real good. Yeah, that would be another way to go. I learned that recipe on YouTube. So, but don't tell YouTube because then they'll nail me for stolen content or something. Reuse content. I think, yeah, they call it reuse content, but they mean stolen content, which is different than copyright. Yeah, we're learning all the rules here on YouTube. It's taken us a while, and most of them we're learning the hard way. I'll get a notification in YouTube Studio like, "Hey man," it doesn't start "Hey man," but it's basically like, I'll get a little slap on the wrist. Oddly enough, though, I haven't gotten a community strike yet. I haven't gotten a community strike, but I've had a lot of lives that get demonetized. Yeah, pepper jack is great. It's got to be my favorite cheese. Pepper jack on crackers, man. A steak and cheese with pepper jack. That's delicious, man. I just had one the other night. Mrs. B made steak and cheese. Gen X, I have a psychopathic hockey jersey hanging in my closet and an axe hanging next to it. That was my channel. I bet I had 1.6 views on that one. Oh, which one, Dustin? On the tater tots? I saw yeah, all of us pulling all the shenanigans. Yeah, we could probably monetize the channel. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, make America straight again. There's nothing wrong with that. Zettleboro. I like Cheez-Its with pepper. Yeah, Cheez-Its with pepper jack is good. Ritz is good. Mainly off grid. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing, my man? Good to see you. We're having a morning social. You know, a little flicky the knife. A little talk about some gear. You know how it is. Oh, the tater tots. Yeah. Yeah. It was It was like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. Mainly, what's up? Nice Chaos. I've seen them about 3 times and was at the pit once. Face paint and all. B&A, longtime channel member. Good morning, B&A. Of course, we're rocking our Spyderco Sage 5 CF. Dude, I had to look at the print again because I forgot. Dude, I always forget what kind of steel it is. Not because it doesn't matter. You know, I own it. I use it. It's great. I don't have to like remember that stuff. It's part of my getting older. I just try to remember key points, you know? But yeah, B&A, how you doing this morning? Heading off to the office, or we've just been, I don't know, how long has it been? Yeah, we've been live a little over an hour now, just hanging out, meeting some new people, having some fun. Um, yeah, Dustin is new. Dustin's a new subscriber to the channel. He just found us this morning. He's having a good time. So yeah, if you're not new, say hello to Dustin, who is new. And if you're new, please consider hitting that like button. We definitely appreciate it. If you're not new, stop slacking, guys, and hit the like button. Make up for all those comments you make me say, and then I get my stuff demonetized. But heading into sand drywall, man, dude, don't do that. That sucks. No, I don't know. I didn't have to sand much drywall. The only time I've done drywall, I used a bazooka, a drywall bazooka, and it like tapes and does it like almost perfect. Like once you get the angle, once you learn how to use it, man, that thing is the bomb diggity. Like that's yeah, you get yourself dialed in with the drywall bazooka, and you can almost be like a Frenchman. And that's a compliment. Like the Frenchmen do good drywall. No, looking forward to it. Yeah, Pat, have you ever used one of those? I deleted it because my kids are subbed, and some dude said, "You answered word my wife." Comments. I stopped YouTube now, but I still got 172 subs. Yeah, Dustin, that's one of I get some crazy stuff coming through here. Yeah, some of the stuff they say to me, but it doesn't bother me as much because then there's like 10 guys in here that say stuff back that's 10 times worse. Like one dude comes in here like, "You sound like my grandma," and I'm like, "That's not right." Like, and he's like, "Yeah, you sound like my grandma," and I'm like, "You might want to have a talk with grandma because grandma might be a transformer." So grandma might actually be grandpa. You might want to have a little family intervention and sort that out. And yeah, we usually, if they come in here trolling, we live rent free in their heads. Dude, we even have our own troll patches. Yeah, we're the founding channel of the Troll Hunting Club, the FAFO division. And for the experts out there, we've got the Troll Sniper tab. Yeah. So and instead of letting trolls get to us, we turned it into a sport, a little hobby. You know, like a cat will swat around a mouse and stuff. That's what we do with trolls. We live rent free in the trolls' heads. Habitually nobody. Well, habitually nobody. Welcome to the chat. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, we got some silky nadas here. Of course, we got my favorite Phobos knives. And there's no affiliate link in the description to check. Lost and Happy channel member as well. Good morning. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. The path looks so good on my plate carrier. Yeah, they do. Nothing put some bling into your plate carrier like some hunting club patches, troll hunting clubs. Yeah, we got a natural disdain for trolls. You know what? Like, we can't figure out their point. They're all pretty useless. Oh, right on. Yeah. Well, thanks for liking and subscribing. We definitely appreciate it. Nothing builds a channel faster than subscribers that like. And we appreciate it. We really do. We're on the budget growth pattern here. We're doing the best with what we have, limited options. So yeah, we're building the channel slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, shout out to Nick Shirley for all the good work he's doing for the people in America. Nobody up in here for like 2 years. Where have you been? Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, we're trolling the trolls. We live rent free in their heads. It's kind of a hobby of ours. We enjoy it. Rather than get mad, we get even, you know? And yeah, we're definitely living rent free in some of their heads. Some of them come in here and they start trolling. And yeah, the guys in here will just lay right into them real quick, you know, like, "Hey, we're not going to put up with that, but we're going to hurt your feelings while you're on your way out." And we're perfectly okay with that. It's a little bit of a hobby of ours now. It's a game we all like to play. GD, who's going troll hunting? We going troll hunting. Yeah, exactly. We got to come up with a cadence. We can get together on that or some couple other veteran guys in the chat. We'll come up with a little troll hunting cadence. Wouldn't that be an intro? That's something I'd have to get some professionals to do that. Get a little drum roll in the background or something. Nick's pretty awesome. He got shadow banned. I gotta search him now. Yeah. Yeah, Nick Shirley's done what the government, like all of the FBI and all those knuckleheads couldn't do what, a 22-year-old kid can do. So shout out to him. He's definitely a good American. Um Welcome, nobody knows. Yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here. Lost you an old school juggalo too. Yeah, but the work that Nick Shirley's doing, that's great. There's a couple other people that are stepping up as well, following his footsteps. Yeah, that's outstanding though. Yeah, so sticking it to the bananas and rice crowd, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's enough of us getting robbed. But hey, when you import the third world, don't be surprised when you start becoming the third world. It just seems a natural order of things. What could possibly go wrong, right? Um, but yeah, Gen X. I don't know why YouTube keeps translating my fucking name. Yeah, Chaos. I don't know what the deal is with that either. It always comes up as a nice T-shirt. I think that's the one. I don't understand that. Yeah, that's weird. Austin Happy's doing the whoop whoop. Because there's one time at Skydive Camp. Yeah, life is good. Hey, BNA, are you still in here? If you are, dude, that's gonna be at my place August 3rd. And then August 3rd, I'll just forward it straight to you. Like, hopefully, depends on when they do. If it gets here in the morning, it'll be there. I'll ship it out to you same day. Yeah, like I said, it's a stellar deal. They're shipping it all the way from Japan though, so it takes like 2 to 3 weeks or something. So it's a longer shipping time for Scamazon, but for the price you can't go wrong. um, I was just trying to be different. Chaos, you don't have to try to be different. You do it pretty naturally, brother. Gotta go, my brother. All right. Hey, yeah, Oscar, man, don't be a stranger. We're still doing lives every Friday nights at 8 p.m., Sunday mornings at 7 a.m., and some randoms in between here and there. But it's awesome seeing you again. Glad to know you're doing well. Good to see you. And yeah, don't be a stranger, man. Take care. Be safe out there for sure. Yeah. Yeah, B&A. I've been on the fence about it. The problem is, well, I'm like a broke ass YouTube channel, and everybody always wants to be seeing new stuff. So sometimes just like, oh man, I kind of disappoint myself. So I don't do as many lives. Like I thoroughly enjoy doing them. They're fun. Um, and yeah, I just got to start doing them like maybe a few days a week or something. All right, yeah, Oscar, take care, man. Like I said, be safe. Looking forward to seeing you again. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Oscar the Grouch. He's been around for a little while as well. Like, but yeah, YouTube doesn't send out notifications too, so that gets a little frustrating. Um, at 89 degrees at 3:49 a.m. Yeah, that's crappy weather. I remember that stuff though. Um, yeah, when it gets stupid cold like that, I mean, stupid hot like that early in the morning. Yeah, what are we doing here? Um, yeah, here in New Hampshire, we've got cloudy, raining, and 66 degrees. So yeah, as long as you don't mind getting rained on a bit. Yeah, it's cooler here, 66 degrees. At yeah, what do we got? We got yeah, 10 to 6 in the morning. Yeah, the Great Basin, yeah. I gotta go clock in. Y'all take care. All right, hey Gen X man, be careful out there. Well, you don't have to be as careful as most, but try not to hurt any Gen Z's feelings today. Not like, or if you want to, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Gen X. Always a pleasure, my man. We'll catch you on the next one. Be safe out there. Much, yeah. And good times. Don't poop on the beach like some. Yeah, no pooping on the beach, no pooping on the sidewalks. What is it? That's man, the people from India, the Indians, they're famous for that. Yeah, the dot Indians, not the feather Indians. Yeah, like what is it like only oh, it's only like 30% of the population there has like a toilet. And then like yeah, they'll get like a whole block. They'll go in on a porta john. That'll last like 3 hours. Then they're back to pooping on the street, and they like bathing in that famous river, the Gangrene River. Is I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Like yeah, they just like they'll push a few bodies in there, let that decay for a while, and then call that bath water. Speaking of which, I gotta do some more research on the poop festival that they have there. Well, they all get out in there and they save up poop for months, like cow poop. Then they throw it at each other and rub it in their hair, and it's like it's a freak show. God, that's messed up. Hopefully, they have one that fits. Um, yeah, the I don't know. The early start days suck. Um, yep, every day is an early start day for me though. I'm up like I said, 3:30, 4 o'clock, pretty much 7 days a week. Occasionally, if I stay up late enough, I'll sleep into maybe like 5 or 6 with Mrs. B. But yeah, 99% of the time I'm up before her. And if she's up before me, it's because I've only been in bed for like an hour, hour and a half. Saw Travis Pastrana did an e-bike uh, review. All the popular ones almost sent you the bid. Travis Pastrana, man, yeah, man, dude, it's been years. Um, yeah, Travis Pastrana, he got famous for that shootless jump that he did outside the United States. That's highly illegal in the U.S. If you tried doing a stunt like that in the United States or any place controlled by the FAA, yeah, you would lose your ratings. You would never skydive again. The pilot would lose his license because the pilot is ultimately responsible for the aircraft. Yeah, that was done outside the U.S. for sure. Same, but my boss can't schedule jobs, so it says anxiety, and he tells us to be at work an hour, then what work usually starts, and he doesn't show up until it's time to work. Hour and a half. Does he at least pay you for the time? Because that would suck if he didn't pay you properly. That's the problem I would have with that. Yeah, if he didn't pay you properly, has you show up stupid early to work, and then I don't understand. Everybody's got anxiety. I don't understand that. Like it's a new thing. Like, I don't know. Back in the day, what like how many people in school had allergies or anxiety or something like that? You kind of got over it, I think. If you're not exactly being a yeah, if you're not early, you're late, and then how early is early? Because like 15 minutes early is like the absolute minimum standard. I'm pretty sure that's what everybody goes by. And then you get it in your head that if you're not there at least 15 minutes early, so like 3 to 5 minutes earlier than that, you end up being 20 minutes early, and that I find that to be good. You got a couple minutes of buffer to make sure you're there like 15 minutes early. Um, 20 minutes early is on time for me. But I'm self-employed, so yeah. You guys ever watch that Red Bull space jump? Dude jump from space to the ground? Yeah, yeah, Dustin. I've watched that a few times. There's actually a guy, I can't remember his name, a few months after that actually did a higher jump than that at a fraction of the cost. Um, I used to build the wingsuits for Red Bull. I worked for the company that built the wingsuits, Tony Suits out of Zephyr Hills, Florida. So yeah, I'm familiar with a lot of Red Bull stuff when it comes to skydiving, especially more so the wingsuiting. Do my Fox get stars too? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he does, but he likes so scatterbrained it sucks. Yeah, yeah, Dustin. Up until I'm one of the worst YouTubers there is. I'll admit that I suck at YouTube, But prior to YouTube, I was a professional skydiver. I'm an FAA certificated master parachute rigger, USPA rated coach and AFF instructor, strong enterprisers and UPT rated tandem instructor. Yeah, I jumped for 27 years from 1993 until 2020. I've done over 19,000 skydives, over 1,300 base jumps. I spent years doing R&D test jumping wingsuits and stuff. So it's one of the reasons why I got into YouTube, because I figured like I really know a lot about sewing. So I would do and I do a lot of stuff outdoors. So I would get into some of the sewn products and actually, like have a professional opinion, not like, oh, this looks good or this looks okay. I can actually tell you if it's properly sewn, if they're using the proper number of stitches per inch. I can tell you if the top thread tension or bottom thread tension was good. Yeah, whether they should have bar tacked it, all that good stuff. So, Pastrana's body ain't holding up so well, dude. He's messed up. At B&A, he's not the only one, dude. I carry one of my skydiving trophies with me everywhere I go. It's a slight limp, depending on if it's cold and damp and miserable. It's a little bit more than a slight limp. So, yeah, I think if you're dumb enough to jump out of airplanes for years and do stupid stuff, yeah, Travis, he did a lot of other stuff too, motorcycle stuff. He crashed a lot motorcycling, but I just did the mountain biking version. So I've done my fair share of crashing downhill, doing downhill mountain biking and stupid stuff. Um, Body of restoration. Yeah, being I think you were in here too. We were talking about one of the other dudes I know. There was some dude in here. He used to fly outside video for Tim Bernard, who was like an X Games gold medal guy for sky surfing. He was my neighbor at Skydive New England in 2006. I knew him prior to that. He's a really good guy, but he's on the television show I Shouldn't Still Be Alive, and he did this thing where he was gonna fly into a hangar, cart with like under a parachute, fly his parachute into a hangar, carve 180 degrees, and come in. And there's two hangar doors, and they opened them both to the center. So he was going to come in one side and carve around. Well, when he was coming he was coming in from the right side, and he caught his end cell of the parachute on, and it kind of like threw him up and slammed him on the pavement. It like shattered his pelvis, and they had to do some real large incisions, and it was real bad. But then they stapled them all back up, and that's where he got the nickname Frankenass, because he looked like Frankenstein put back together, and his whole, like, he had pictures of it. He'd show everybody pictures. He posted them on the internet and everything, and that's where he got the nickname Frankenass, because it was like got put back together again like Frankenstein. But yeah, if you jump out of airplanes long enough, it's not a question of if you'll get hurt. It's a question of when and how badly, and whether or not you just got hurt or you just got permanently turned off. Like your ability to function anymore completely ceased. How's that for saying unalived? I'm really making a good effort at not saying stupid shit on YouTube. Shattered my shares of pelvises back in the day. Oh, B&A. That's you the man, dude. You're the man, dude. I thought we used to just say, yeah, you might have bruised a cervix or two, but yeah, shattering pelvises. It sounds. Which part lost and happy? I don't know. Yeah, we went from horrible being unalive to shattering pelvises. And I know. Oh, for everything else, there's MasterCard. B&A, thank you for being here this morning, dude. I definitely appreciated that. The laughs are plentiful here, no doubt about it. Yeah, it looks okay from the outside, but underneath it's all rusted out. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, one arm bandit. There's some crazy stuff that goes around here. It's a shame it took me a little to push reading it. Yeah, we'll give you a minute to catch up. Don't worry, one arm bandit. We're all team players here, dude. Uh, oh, we can always count on B&A to stir the pot in a pleasant way. But yeah, man. For everything else, there's Mastercard. Oh wow. All right, I can breathe normal again. Wow, that's awesome. Man, don't worry, we won't hold it against you. It's still early yet. It is still early, guys. It's definitely early, but there's nothing wrong with that. Um, yeah, and good times are had by all. Yeah. Wow, that's it's amazing how conversations switch like that. It went from some guy getting his pelvis shattered on a bad skydive to the shattering of other pelvises. Yeah, I thought, yeah, hey, there's still a dent in the pavement. I swear there is. Um, Tom, like you said, if you say B, it is. Yeah, saying B, it's like Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. You just like B and A, B and A, B and A, and then he shows up like clockwork, man. It's priceless. Cannon usually does that too. Well, someone will be like, "Oh, Cannon, I don't, we haven't seen Cannon yet. Cannon should be showing up any minute," and then Cannon shows up. Um, how do you follow Will Smith in the mud? Follow the Fresh Prince. Is he still? Yeah. Oh man, I remember when. What was he called back in the day? DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince or something. Any other Gen Xers want to verify that? Yeah, it was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the other one, Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, remember when he was Marky Mark in the Funky Punch? What's being held against me? There's time. Can it be a girl? I was uncomfortable the last time. Um. Oh no, no, Cannon. We were talking about how yeah, you're one of the like B&A. If we say his name a few times, it's like Beetlejuice. You know, if you say Beetlejuice three times. Yeah, B&A is the same way. So are you, Cannon. We'll mention Cannon or Mojo, and then like clockwork, you tend to show up. Does you mean Wilson? Yeah. Oh man, last time I saw anything about Will Smith, yeah, he was slapping what's his name? Now, see now, if any of us went up and slapped somebody like that, like I don't know whether it's fake or real, because if anybody else slapped somebody like that, would be cuffed, thrown in, and fined $20,000 or something. But he does it like, yeah, keep my wife out your mouth or something. Yeah, Chris Rock, that's it. Yeah, he slapped Chris Rock there. That was the last time I saw anything about him. Got rocked. Yeah, Chris Rock got rocked. Yeah, that was I don't know. I guess there's more to that story. I don't follow famous people like that. I've never had a tolerance for them. Like I'll watch a movie or something, but I typically don't get involved with like I just yeah, somebody getting paid 30 million or $100 million to fake it for a movie. Or, if somebody's playing stick and ball or foosball or something, I just think they're overpaid. I think some of the worst professional athletes out there are quarterbacks. Like they're getting paid the most amount of money, and anytime that like somebody runs up, they're gonna hit them. They like automatically like they fall on the ground and do that little sissy slide, like oh no, don't hurt me. And they like caught like I don't know, it's weird. It's like dude, for $100 million, like start running, drop your shoulder, earn your pay, pal. Like that's how I feel about well that's the NFL. I don't even think it's real anymore. That's why it's not. Isn't it registered as like an entertainment organization, not a sport? Um, do you know who I have been enjoying? Like, I'm not a sports guy. We just went over that. But apparently, there's the NBA and there's a women's version. There's Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham that play for the WNBA. Like, I guess it's girls basketball. And I'm like, you want to talk about teamwork? Those girls got teamwork. They're going against the odds. I guess. Um, Yeah, I guess Caitlin Clark, she's supposed to be like Michael Jordan back in the 80s, 90s. I guess Caitlin Clark is like the Michael Jordan of the WNBA currently, the way she plays and stuff. Oh, is I'm not sure. I think Mrs. B is up. Maybe I'll wait. I'll make sure. Not overpaid. They have short careers and put their bodies at risk. Chad, I don't want to hear that, man. That's a bunch of bunk. I just got done talking about how the quarterbacks do their little sissy boy slides when they're about to get hit. And for like $50 million a season, dude, you're talking to a guy that jumped out of an airplane on average 1,500 times a year. And 35 bucks a jump on average, man. You want to talk about putting your body at risk? I compound fractured my left femur. I've never seen that in any foosball game. Never seen anybody compound fracture a femur. So yeah, when you put your body at risk and you have a relatively short career, dude, I know all about it. And the foosball players aren't exactly living up to the reputation, you know. They need to cowboy up, man up a little bit. So I get what you're saying, but I'm not agreeing with you on any level. I also know professional rock climbers that have very short careers and they put their life at risk. I mean, really life at risk. Like, I can give you a list of skydiver buddies of mine that are no longer here doing what they do, skydiving. And I guarantee you're not going to come up with the foosball players that are, you know, yeah, it's just, you're not convincing me, dude. All that money and found with a dude crazy. Why did the coach go to the bank to get his quarterback? Oh, Dustin, that's the dad joke of the day. Why did the coach go to the bank to get his quarterback? That's all that money. Yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here, guys. Chaos's brother was a new kid on the block, and I watched them perform before they were popular on the Boston Common. And Marky Mark and the Funky Punch was there. Yeah. So I think they're all too tall for me, dude. I think either of them are too tall for me. Sophie Cunningham or whatever. But yeah, they got game for sure. Forklift drivers make more than police officers in Wisconsin. Well, that's a random fun fact. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the forklift drivers there, they got skill. Which, Cannon, I saw Vanilla Ice at Chantilly's in Concord, New Hampshire, which is a dive pool bar in 2003. Oh, back in the day, wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme like living in Concord, New Hampshire, teaching martial arts or something? Like mid-'80s or something? Can't even hit helmet to helmet anymore. Yo, what's the hacks? Joseph, what's happening, my man? How are you holding up over there? The axe is the Hey, Ricky Bobby, how you doing this morning? I'm doing pretty good, and you? This is the Granfers Brooks Wildlife Hatchet, and I've been running a comparison a little bit with the Silky Nada 180, which is the Japanese hatchet right here. Right-hand Japanese hatchet, Granfers Brooks Wildlife Hatchet. Absolutely. And right next to it is the big brother, the Silky Nada. This is a 240 millimeter versus a 180 millimeter. I'm sure that you could find some uses for it. Can't touch us. Oh yeah, what other crappy songs were there back in the? I almost want to do a theme song, or with do the old Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby, to Ice getting the job done. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe change the words around a little bit. Like Ice Ice Baby. I like out of those two, which would you like? That's what I'm working on, Joseph. I don't have an answer to that. Do you mean between the Japanese hatchet and a traditional hatchet, or the two different sizes of the Nada? I'm kind of working on all that. I haven't like got enough use in yet officially to come up with a solid determination, to be honest with you. Can't touch this. Bob Papa Do Pop. Can okay, I guess we can let it. What is Chaos? I was like 12 and was visiting Chesapeake Knife and Tool on a comment at the time. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes it okay. At 12, you're still trying to figure it out, right, Cannon? I guess. That's I've never been to a real concert, so I guess I can never really relate. Yeah, never been to a real concert. I like listening to people sing, like if you go to like the Ithaca Commons or something like that, or Boston or something, which I don't enjoy big cities anymore. But Ithaca was fun. Yeah, Cornell University has got some great urban free ride if you're into the mountain biking, and the like yeah the Cornell University's security and stuff. They must have they just sucky drivers. They can't catch you on a mountain bike, so. Um, Nice baby with handcuff clicks is a riff. Yeah, that would. There you go. The handcuff. Yeah, that would work. By the way, it's raining out here, but I'm still sweating. Yeah, hey, that's how the weather is there. And don't put rain gear on. It's just gonna the outside of your rain gear is gonna still be wet, but the inside's gonna be like swampy. Yeah, you don't you're just better off letting the rain run through. Yeah, what a suck fest this time of year, dude. And next month's gonna really suck as well. Just so you know, August is gonna be a massive suck fest. There's gonna be the air's gonna stink like poo. Yeah, you're gonna like shower and then go out for formation. By the time you make it to formation, it's gonna be like swamp ass. Yeah, man, like shower like 5 times a day. It's crazy. Um, if you want to have fun, get Ice Jacket off of Amazon and just walk around Home Depot. Yeah. Worst one, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Oh, hey, Dustin, I think that's Cannon's jam. I'm pretty sure that's Cannon's favorite song. He's probably playing it now, getting jiggy, dancing around with Mojo Jojo. Um, come on, man. Of course, Cannon chimes in with good vibrations. You all right, Cannon? You want to? I think your job's really starting to get to you, brother. But no telling people to pump sand. It's not good for your bank. Dustin, I screwed up back in the day and gave my sister a single Barbie girl on tape. There's a huge flooded river and a closed. Yeah, is it that one that goes out to the Aha? That one, yeah, it's that time of year. It's monsoon season. It's just even when it stops raining, you're just gonna be wet. It's like, yeah, you're either getting rained on or you're just like saturated. I remember, yeah, back in the day we had the BDUs, man, and yeah, the sweat would just be like dripping off the sleeves, like just nasty, funky all the time. There's a huge, yeah, chaos does the brake rotor off the old rim. Hey, speaking of which, hey Joseph, hey man, if you happen to come across any of the light fighter tents, like maybe we could DX one and get a new one. But yeah, either the one person or the two person, man. Shoot me an email. I need some tents. So yeah, I'm looking. I don't think they've got a 10 by 10 tarp, but I don't think that's like common issue. But the light fighter one man tent is common issue along with the two person. Yeah, well you're gonna need to turn that in, dude. You're gonna need to turn that one in. But if you happen to run across somebody, like getting rid of a couple. Yeah. That's one of the things I miss about the military. Is they gave me gear for free all the time. And if I broke it, you just get a letter from the first sergeant and DX it. Yeah, that's what the good old days. Um, but Melanie Vanilli. Oh, you mean Millie Vanilli? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're the ones, the famous lip syncers, right? They'd fit in with today's singers. They're all using auto tune and faking it. But yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, Billy Vanilli. Um, yeah, I want to have a full set of street wheels and dirt wheels ready to swap. Yeah, Yeah, chaos. That's the way to go, man. I used to do that with a lot of my bikes. Yeah, multiple set of. It's easier than changing the tires all the time. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, nice set of like like 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch road slicks, and then some 2.75 knobbies or something. Or yeah, well, you're gonna go a little bigger. You're probably gonna get like 1.75 road slicks and whatever. Yeah, three and a half. I tore it, and the little stakes are hollow and cheap metal that have broke already. Are they? Yeah, they must be given different ones. The other ones used to be like a T-shaped stake. Those were good. Oh yeah, Cannon, sing it for us, man. Getting jiggy with it today. Absolutely. We're flashback to what, 80s and 90s music. Yeah, I bought an extra set of rims for my SV 650 with track tires on one set, street tires on the other. Yeah, I even used to do that with my truck back in the day. Yeah, I had my mud and tires, and then I had my winter tires. Um, and then in the summer, if I wasn't doing off road stuff, I would cruise around in my Ford Escort like all the other cool kids. Dude, that thing drove forever. I I changed the oil like religiously on that thing. Like, every 2,000 miles or 3,000 miles, whatever. Yeah, 3,000 miles you change your oil. I know it's been like 20 years since I drove. Um, but yeah, but I didn't know this. You got to change the transmission fluid too. I didn't change the transmission fluid for like 190,000 miles. And yeah, that wasn't good. They're thin and hollow aluminum. Yeah, they must have changed the tent stakes then because they used to have like the T-shaped ones, almost like the MSR Groundhog version. That used to be the. I'm not worried about the tent stakes. I just need the tent. The tent. I've got. I'm gonna get. I can make tent stakes. I can do. Yeah, I've still got a full set of like the MSR Groundhogs. I think I've got like maybe 15 of them or something. I've got those big spiral ones too. I've never used them. Um, well, crap, man. Man down. I don't know what I did with them. I've got them somewhere. Yeah, they're put away somewhere. All right, Hoxie. I love it. I had a SHO in the same way with oil change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ryan. I'm not automobile friendly. I just, it was never my thing. Like, even when I had a car, like, I duped my father into getting me a car. Like, when you're 16, normally you're like, oh, can I get a car? Can I get a car? Well, I had siblings that my father wanted me to drive around and give rides. So I was like, I don't really want a car. So I got my driver's license anyhow, but I kept riding my bike. And then finally my father bought me a car because he realized I wasn't going to buy one. He tried talking me into it. I'm like, nah. He bought me a car so that he could use me as a taxi service for my siblings. I've never really been into cars. Like, I would rather ride my bike to school. Better training, man. Can't wait to replace the loud mutters on there. Oh, those are fun though when you're yeah, cruising down the road. You feel like a Jeep. Other than that, yeah, yeah, everything I've heard about those tents are great. That's why I want to run one because, yeah, I want to see how great they are. I've run through a lot of tents in my days, and I want to see how they hold up to everything else. I think it's going to do well. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I want to get the single person and the 2-person light fighter tents, and then they've got a 10 by 10 commando tarp that's pretty lightweight, and that's going to be part of my kit. Depending on what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, on the civilian end, dude, they charge a fortune for those things. Like, yeah, especially if you do the four season conversion and stuff with it. Yeah, man, that tent will run like $600. Um, But yeah, so in fact, I need a new bike because my bike's cracked. I gotta gear up, man. I'm gonna have to do some fancy YouTube videos and like Jay and Silent Bob, man. I need to get my motherfucking movie check. So Um, I might find one that fell off of it. Yeah, because they do it. That happens all the time. You're absolutely right. Uh, I love it when that stuff happens. Dude, there was did I tell you there was an E7 when I was there? It was like his third tour in South Korea, and he decided he was getting ready to like ETS. So he decided when he ETS'd, he was going to open up a military surplus store back in his hometown because they didn't have one. Well, he filled up like multiple connexes with gear. He'd been like reissuing from the army the entire time he was there. Labs 13, what's happening, you mofo? Welcome to the chat. Kent, you have one of those, must be army. Oh, Cannon, come on, don't make it too easy for me. See, the Marine Corps only issues tent halves. And that way there, you always get to share a tent and make your buddy smile. Come on now, Cannon. We know better. The Marine Corps' got a tent too. They got the Marine Corps always has a 2-person tent. At least the Army came up with a 1-man tent. You know, that way there you're it's more difficult for the ether bunny to sneak in. I want a camp and hammock setup. Screw sharing a tent. Yeah. I know, right? If yeah, what is it? The movie, yeah, Brokeback Mountain, that ruined sharing a tent for everybody. DNA check out DD. Yeah, B&A. Yeah, DD hammocks is good. Light Fighter makes a great little jungle hammock as well. It's like all inclusive for the most part. But yeah, DD has some great hammocks. Yeah, that would be the 2 I go with. Yeah, the new camo nets the Army got socked. Do they? Oh, that's yeah. Yeah, you're talking like for like vehicle coverage and stuff like that, like the camo nets, the 3D camo nets. Pricey bastards though, with all the fixins. Yeah, B&A. That you know that's how everything works. Come on, I used to own the same bike you own. Like it's a great deal out the box. But yeah, you're gonna do some work to it. Same thing. Yeah, the Colt 1911's always been like that. Like yeah, once you you get a Colt 1911, and then you accessorize it, Harley, all that. They all do that to us. Anyone believe in Bigfoot, Sasquatch? Absolutely, yeah. There's got to be a Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti. What's the other name for it? They're terrible. The sticks are cheap fiberglass. Oh, are they? Yeah. Yeah, the ones we used to have, the spreaders. Yeah, those were some pretty heavy duty, like fiberglass reinforced fiber. They were heavy though, man. Um, Dustin, I've never seen one of them, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, anyone? Cannon, you've probably seen a Bigfoot before or something. They just make you guys shave in the Marine Corps, so it's hard to tell. I'm sorry, Cannon. No, I'm not. You had to, yeah. You might not have deserved that one, but you had it coming to you for something. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Anybody remember being told that as a kid? You got in trouble, you caught a good backhand, and then they found out you were innocent, and it's like, well, it doesn't matter. You had it coming to you for something. You got away with something you shouldn't have. Yeah, I thought the Marine Corps came up with a 2-man hammock. Chaos, it's a 2-man blanket. Yeah, and the other thing that sucks when fiberglass breaks, it always splinters. It's nasty stuff to deal with when it breaks. And it's heavy too. Like I'd rather, aluminum poles are the way to go. But yeah, what else? How are we doing on top? We're doing fine. All right, guys, let's do a quick vote because there's a lot of you guys in here that are in here in the mornings. Like how many like I don't know. I like doing the morning lives, but sometimes I feel like if I do them every day, it's just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like I think it's too much. Like a lot of people don't show up, but I'd like to start doing them more often. Definitely more often. Like maybe a Wednesday and Friday type of thing. I almost did a live last night. I got to do one of the tinfoil Tuesdays or something. But then I want to misbehave and I want to call it stepping on some toes Tuesdays. For all the gatekeeping people out there in the gatekeeping world of YouTube, stepping on some toes Tuesdays just sounds like fun. It's kind of like I'm going to go live whenever I want to. I'm definitely going live on my birthday this year. To hell with those guys. Yeah, no matter what day of the year you pick, it's always going to be special for somebody else. So, it is what it is. This is the only time I can see your lives. Oh, okay. So, what time? How? All right. So we got to accommodate Joseph for sure. Yeah, Joseph. What are the best days for you? Like weekdays or? Yeah, and I gotta think. Let's see. It's almost 6:30 here now. It's almost 6:30. You got here about 0600. So whatever that, I forget what the time transfer is, the time difference. So if we started like 30 minutes ago for you, that's prime time. Wednesday and Friday mornings are good for me. All right, Pat. Yeah, Wednesday and Fridays work for Pat. All right, so 17:30 hours there. So you guys are 13 hours ahead. No. Yeah. No, 19:30, 7:30. Carry the 1 divided by 2. Damn, man, who's got a pen and paper? Yeah, so about 6:30, 06:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm up at 5 or 6 every day. Dude, Pat's sleeping in these days, huh? Yeah, all right, so maybe my boss wears a permanent sweater and it's white. That's where did Metashape Sasquatch the Big Show from wrestling. Yeah, well, one of my buddies, man, the guy I did arborist work with. Well, I learned, I mentored under him. I apprenticed under him. He was the mentor. God, I'm working on the Inglety today, something fierce. Yeah, that dude was just, and he even swung from the trees and everything. Dude was an absolute Sasquatch. I'd call him Squatchy. But yeah, they're really out there. All right, so we're thinking like maybe like 0500. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Wednesdays, that works. All right. Yeah, I want to make sure I accommodate Joseph because, man, he's doing the hardship tour. I definitely want to, yeah, just a little piece of home when he gets it, little chuckle, little laugh. Honestly, I love your live, so as soon as I see you guys live, I jump in to see whatever works for you. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, I mean, I've literally been there, dude. I got so bored over there a couple times. I went down to Camp Casey just to check out the USO and stuff, like whatever they had going on there. Cause yeah, there's two things to do in South Korea. It's either get drunk or be bored. So, yeah, there wasn't a lot going on. Opinion on Buck 119 versus 120. Ghostface knives. Yeah, I haven't used either of those knives, so I don't have an opinion. Sorry, man. I can't give you an opinion on something I don't own or don't use. Holy phone. Yeah, that's enough from you, phone. Share Bear, welcome to the chat. Good morning. How you doing? It's the king. What's going on, dude? Another day in paradise, living the dream. One shadow ban at a time, right? Yeah, it's still them same. Honestly, yeah. It is. Yeah, there was never, or you go down range and take your chance of getting drug in by the CP or the MPs or something. which you can't spell wimp without MP. Um, but yeah, hey, we're doing great. Another day in paradise, another live. So yeah, all right, we'll definitely do another one Friday morning for sure. I'll start it a little later. I'll start it at like 5:30. I think that'll yeah, 5 I think 5 a.m. Yeah, that'll work. I'll make coffee and all that cool. Maybe I'll make coffee indoors. Does anybody know how to do that? It's a special thing we do here on the channel. We make coffee indoors. I know you saw it here first. No, not all, some people saw it someplace else. I thought I was getting creative. I was making coffee indoors like it was something fucking special, but it really wasn't. There's other people that have made coffee indoors, believe it or not. Um, one folds and the other one doesn't. Yeah, there's a few events that happen, which is cool, but they are expensive as hell. Are they at the USO? They charge, dude. When I was there, the two biggest things that happened in the USO, they had the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders over, which was bad because everybody was getting drunk and you couldn't get in any of the bathrooms for like 2 days. And then they had Garth Brooks over there, and he did some singing and stuff like that. We got to meet Garth Brooks. That was the two big things. And the other break up the monotony thing was you. I don't know if they still do it, but yeah, you can do a field trip up to the JSA, like right in the DMZ. Like, oh yeah, all the stuff you saw on TV, you can go visit that. And there's a goofy looking North Korean guard that stands like halfway out the wall, so you go watching you with one eye. And yeah, and they give you a little history lesson on what happened there, what's going on. What happened in Canada? There's all kinds of stuff happening in Canada, man. They're all upset about a bridge. Yeah, I don't know. Carney's going crazy, all that. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on in Canada. Yeah. Well, Canada's on fire right now. Is it something like 2 million hectares or something of land that's cooking up? Cannon tuning in with the intellectuals. A big ass forest fire. Roar! Um, couldn't even go out. Yeah. BNA was the same thing here. There's what the hell is it called, man? I said it earlier. There's a little microparticle that comes out of forest fires that's like 1/10 the thickness of a hair. It's PM 2.5 or something is what the microparticle's called, and that fills up the air, and that's what gets into your system really, really bad for you. They say it's like the equivalent to smoking like 50 cigarettes in a day. And yeah, we were getting it here in New Hampshire too. Made the sky look like the apocalypse was happening. Armageddon was here. There was going to be brimstone falling out the sky. Um, Pooh Bear. If I'm awake, I'll be there. Right on Chaos. Yeah. Yeah, they had a paintball thing for almost $100 in archery, which is less, I believe. There's also a pool which is free. Yeah, they had the pool there. They didn't have, I don't know, I don't think they had archery. Definitely didn't have paintball. Like, dude, play paintball stateside. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like, you can't say mean stuff to kids anymore. Well, it's not mean. You can't be honest with kids anymore. You can't tell them they're being bad or anything. You definitely can't give a kid a backhand anymore. But what you can do is you can take them to the paintball field and have their parents sign a waiver and then light them up like a freaking Christmas tree. Because you're just playing paintball, right? Yeah. I would go out stalking the mouthy kids. The kids they're in the staging area talking about how cool they are and how good they are at Call of Duty and all that. And then I'd go out there, 18 balls a second, rat-a-tat-tat. Dude, I had the Die Dam, which is the paintball equivalent of a saw. The thing was badass, dude. Oh goodness. I got to get some footage of playing. I play paintball hard, man. I started playing paintball in like 86, man. Paintball was invented in 1984 in Henniker, New Hampshire. So it wasn't long before it started spreading around New Hampshire. I started playing in 86 with a climbing friend of mine, rock climbing buddy. And yeah, man, that was back. We had like the Sheridan PMI 2s and the PGPs, little pump guns. It was like thump, 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 little pump pistol and everything. Yeah, man. I'm not joking. I had like a $10,000 paintball arsenal right up until the Chinese AIDS came, and I ended up selling everything. But yeah, yeah. So for those of you that know kids with disciplinary problems, you don't have to get rough. Just bring them to the paintball field, get their parents to sign a waiver. There's this one girl. She got all mouthy. She was a horrible one, and this is one of my proudest moments ever. And dude, I sniped her from across the field, and I got her like right smack dab, like in the like right in the center of the throat, and it was just. And oh, the curdling screech that came out of her was like just oh, it was music to my ears. And be like, that'll learn you not to be a smart ass, won't it? Yeah, I've never played laser tag. Yeah, I mean like we had it back in the day, but um yeah, like I don't know. And my parents were totally cool with paintball because we were already having BB gun wars. So yeah, they're like, well, if you guys are going to play paintball, that sounds a lot safer than what you idiots are already doing. Because every once in a while, you got to find somebody with some tweezers to pull a BB out. So at least paintball made more sense. But yeah, I remember lighting up the kids with the rental guns. I had a double tap machine gun. Yeah, there was no violence. I would have run riot as a kid. Um, yeah, Hector Bushcraft. What's the biblical measurement? Canon. I don't know. I don't know what the biblical measure. You know though. You're gonna tell us, aren't you? Tell us, Canon. Tell us. Um, everything took huge C and D cell batteries. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why like flashlight technology now is like insane. Yeah, like I used to go camping with Civil Air Patrol or Junior ROTC, and it was you had the double A mag light, the little one with the twist focus on and off, which it was usually your batteries were dead every time you went to use it, and then you either had like a 2 or 3 D cell battery, and you had to bring batteries for the whole weekend, which was like half your pack weight. You're out there lugging like 10 D cell batteries and a dozen double A's just to make it through a weekend. Now it's so easy. 86-year-old salty, crusty man. Cannon, don't forget it either, man. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm gonna be a whopping 52 this year. Which sounds like a lot, but that's only like a deck of cards without the extras. But I'm looking forward. I'm still doing good for my age, I think, considering all the stupid things I've done. Like I said, I got a little bit of limp here and there, depends on what the weather is, but for the most part I'm still in the game. I still feel like I could go out and was it last summer I was doing like 26-mile road marches and stuff. I don't know why. I was just doing it. It was a thing. I was having a blast doing it. I started off doing a few miles here and there, and then I worked my way all the way up. I was doing 26.2 miles. I think my best day was like 29 miles. I could look it up. It's actually on my old phone. I have a 2D mag light in the basement. Drains the batteries in a few days and about as bright as a candle. Yeah, yeah, the lumens and everything. Joseph. Yeah, I've done a lot of hiking. I prefer to do biking these days though. It's just a little less abusive on my abused body. So yeah, I've done tons of hiking. I do a lot. I need to get back into mountain biking, but I need a new mountain bike. I have a I have a stress fracture in my frame. My mountain bike's as broken as I am. Actually, it's more broken. So, but yeah, it's all going to be part of the channel as soon as I can get everything going. But and with the biking, you can escape the homeless. Yeah, not only can you escape the homeless faster, but the out of control canines. There's some dogs out there that people just don't leash. Um, you said hectare. That's a biblical measurement. Yeah, I think it's doesn't the metric still uses it? Isn't that metric as well? That's what they've been reporting on with the Canadian news there. The forest fires going on up there. Um, yeah, just making sure I didn't miss any comments. Remember, lighting up the kids with the yeah. Um, I did this Norwegian rock march, 18 miles, kind of fun. Yeah, it is. It's a good time. I definitely I like trekking poles as well, which I got to get another pair of trekking poles. I'm gonna get aluminum though. I'm not a fan of carbon fiber trekking poles. A lot of people have them snap. Like, yeah, you save a few grams in weight, but they just don't have the durability. Same thing with mountain bike frames. I mean, if you're racing, if you're doing a paycheck or something, yeah, you're gonna save a few grams here and there, maybe a couple ounces on a carbon fiber frame versus aluminum. But yeah, it just doesn't work out the same. Yeah, I love rucking and doing stuff. I've been doing like 10,000 steps a day now wow, for the most part for like the last month and a half. So I'm getting there slowly but surely, knocking the rust off. I kind of had a long period of, yeah, I was doing way too much YouTube research and basically my ass was in a chair too many hours a day. And, the more time you spend in a chair, the quicker it gets to fitting in it. So yeah, I mean, it's not horrible, It's not like I'm like Shamu or something, but yeah, I definitely need to lose a few pounds to be highly functional. Oh, I feel you wanted dogs last year. I almost had the school one. I won't lie, I have an old injury on my right leg, and it's not happy with me. Yeah, yeah, and that's yeah, Joseph. The older you get to, the worse it's gonna get. And yeah, I've yeah, you don't survive 19,000 jumps without a limp. So yeah, I've compound fractured my left femur. I've broke my left tib fib on two different occasions. I broke most of the metatarsals in my left foot. Most of like 90% of the damage has been on the left side. Yeah, was my right rotator cuff that I had messed up because that's the hand I deploy with predominantly. So that was, in fact, the nice part is when you're doing tandems, you can lefty or righty it. So when I was doing tandems, I'd deploy with my left hand, and if I was doing outside video or AFF or something, I'd get stuck deploying with my right hand. I just about flipped it around. All right, hey guys, Mrs. Bushcraft is up. You know what that means. You guys can go pump sand now. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not lying. Yeah, Mrs. B is up. We're gonna have some coffee. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. We definitely appreciate all you guys. Thanks to all our channel members. Thanks to all our moderators for keeping the trash out. Joseph, keep your chin up over there. You'll be back home in no time. Yeah, damn, you're broken. You're not absolutely 110% right. Yeah, I broke more than a few things in my days. Sometimes I get up early in the morning, walk across the room, and sounds like a Rice Krispies commercial. Like all my stuff's going snap, crackle, pop. So, but it's fun for me. But yeah, hey, thanks for being here, B&A, Joseph, Dustin. Welcome to the crew. Everybody, say hello to Dustin if you haven't yet. He just found us today. So, Chaos Theory, always a pleasure, brother. Cannon, we'll talk to you soon. Make sure Mojo gets a treat on the channel, and we will. Yeah, we'll be back sooner than later, guys. Be careful out there. Make sure you maintain situational awareness. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay alert, stay alive, and by all means, guys, stay frosty. We'll see you on the next one.